All right, this is the JS IPFS call for
Yeah.
14th of November.
So, JS IPFS call. Today, David is away on TAD Summit. Dignify Choir is also away for some other things as well. So I will be leading this call. But before we start, we do need to have a note taker. Any hands up? Anyone?
I'm actually doing other things right now, so I can't take notes.
I can take notes. Sorry, yeah. I'm scrambling to open up the page.
Thank you so much, Emily. So, let's see. Do you have the notes ready, Emily? Yeah, okay. So, first on the agenda, do we have any more agenda items that people want to add? Feel free to voice your concerns. If someone wants to bring something up, we do have a lot of other things on the agenda otherwise. All right, so let's get started. First, we have the async crypto has been merged. Woo! Finally, that's Frido and David have been working super hard on. So now JS IPFS is supposedly working in the browser in a way more easy way. There is some performance things that Frido is working on as well, but it's moving forward. Secondly, we do have the DApp hack that Han was talking about in the previous call as well, and David have put bunch of different issues and had as well that would be nice to have in preparation of this event. There are some one milestone, which is about having quick start examples that we already got a bit started with, thanks to Sid that added this quick start. But we do need to have more documentation, and I do think that Samuli is leading this effort with the JS IPFS. And if you want to contribute there, it will be very good. We do have the second issue that is linked, issue 556, which is about improving the init, how we can make starting a JS IPFS node a bit easier. Right now, it requires a bit of setup with the repo and calling different methods to get everything set up. We do want to make it easier. So if you do have feedback on that, it will be good as well. Thirdly, we have another milestone, which is about documentation, trying to document all the modules that we have around in JavaScript land. Frido is leading this task and is basically about adding a README for the modules and figuring out how they work and making it easy for other people to use it. So that is something else that would be nice to have for the DApp hack. Fourth, we have the issue 128, which is an example about just being able to load a video using JS IPFS and to be able to seek it and pause it and everything, and having some nice example. And I do think that the rest of the issues linked as well are also examples on how we can do different things using JS IPFS and JS IPFS API as well. So basically what we do want to have in preparation for the DApp hack is a bunch of examples and more documentation that we always need, but especially for the DApp hack, where we expect a bunch of people to start using IPFS to build their applications. So, any comments about these issues that we've been talking about so far? All right, moving on. we do have another issue with the IPLD DAG, issue number 4, which is something that Had and Frido, I think, have been working on. And there is a pull request together with this as well, to basically make it into an immutable class, so we pass around objects that you cannot change. Something that we also need to make it more easy to use and to make it less confusing for people using our JavaScript implementation of IPFS. And the general state of things. So when it comes to JS IPFS and JS IPFS API bundling, there have been some work on the async crypto things that has been merged and shipped now. There are still apparently some browser compatibility issues left that we're still tracking. But in general, it's moving forward. We are trying to get there. There is this huge list. Let's see if I can link it in the chat. Where we have a list of things that are missing. Seems to be mostly done. So I'm guessing that our browser compatibility should be there, but I'm afraid of giving some exact answer to that. The documentation already talked about with async crypto that has been merged. Frido is continuing to work on it. More quick start examples, basically things we already went through. And let's see. So we have the waffle. Let's see if I can share my screen for this. Let's see. Share screen. I'm guessing that you can see my screen now. Thumbs up if it's working. Great. All right. So we do have a lot of stuff in general in the waffle. Let's see if I can figure out how to move away this. The bundling has been finished this time, which also was related to JS IPFS not working in the browsers, which is confirmed to work now, finally. It's very good. And we did have some incoming bugs that in general we already had issues about. And that's it for this week. Moving to the done column. We do have a couple of pull requests in progress. Mostly we have this Shonas testing, which is kind of neglected at this point from Chris Kuhl, that we have to take a look at and review his changes to make it more stable and to bring better compatibility between Go IPFS and the JS IPFS. We have the init that we talked about that is in progress. We're also talking a lot about the exposed interfaces, promises versus callbacks, and streams versus pull streams, and async and wait. So if you deal with JavaScript things, or your inputs would be very welcome here. Let's see what else we have that is new. We have some things with the JS IPFS API. Yeah, I think that's it for that. We do have some new things in the ready column as well. Option to spawn daemons using the globally installed binary. This is something that I think Had was working working on. I think this is already, this is already working. In fact, this should be done, and we will be moving. And more bugs. To be honest, I'm not sure how useful it is for us to scan through the entire waffle when half of the JS team is not here. Not sure how valuable it will be, to be fair. Probably be better off moving with the agenda.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, if the main point of looking through the waffle board like this is so that people can call out what they're working on and hear what each other are working on. So if most of the team is not around, then I briefly know what's new. I cannot answer for exactly what David and the rest of the team have been working on. I do know that my pending task, which should be here somewhere, I haven't moved forward, been doing other things. But that's kind of it for the waffle stuff done. So let's move on with the next agenda item instead. Let's see. Other things. Can we get this in? So we have an issue that David was nice enough to prepare us a whole list of things to look through. We have the benchmark that Friedel is working on. And it should be done. We had some dependencies on other issues that was missing that have been fixed now. So this is something that we will be working on this coming week. Friedel will take a look as well this week. And work on a fork of Node Seaborg was started dignified fix. So we have a couple of issues here. It's about the first one is about the browser compatibility that we're still trying to nail down fully. And the second one, the issue 23, is about the performance, which Friedel have been working on as well, which he improved the performance a lot. So we're getting better there. And the third one would be to make consistency. So in Seaborg, we are always producing the same objects. So this is work that Friedel is working on, that we're trying to get there as well. So that is basically going through what happened the previous week and what we want to try to achieve this week, mostly in preparation for DAPAC, but also in general for the developer experience, trying to add some examples and documentation, and finally closing down the async crypto things. And that's it from the agenda that we have. Is there something else that someone else wants to bring up? Not really. Okay. Then I think we are pretty much done for the JS IPFS, at least. Unless nothing?
I have some questions about the state of the browser.
Yeah, go ahead. I will try to do my best to answer it.
Well, mostly I'm not familiar what the state was beforehand, but I see that the big crypto PR was pulled into that one. It has one pending PR, but is that ready to be used?
So it does seem to be that we do have a few outstanding issues to have 100% browser compatibility. Supposedly the async crypto stuff have been merged. I am not sure that we have actually done extensive testing around this to make sure it's working in the browser. The work has been done,
that we thought was required to actually have it working in the browser. I haven't tested it personally. I cannot say with 100% guarantee that it's working in the browser, but supposedly it's working in the browser right now.
Cool. I'll take it out for a test drive.
Yeah, please do, and open up an issue for anything you see. The more issues we can find now, the better. Cool. All right. So then we will close this meeting, and I will thank you for the time. It was a very short meeting, but if you have anything, open up an issue if something comes up. Otherwise, I thank you so much for your time, and see you around.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Thanks, Victor.